Hi everybody, Paul Langham here from Crackerjack Man, and welcome to another video in the warm-up series for my Internet Marketing Conference, which is taking place on the 27th of September. Please do note that date down and join the Facebook group because we're going to have a very, very good day. Now, I'm going to be making actually two videos today, and the first video is going to be about making sure you have enough money for your paid traffic strategy, and the second video is going to be about, I'm not against SEO and I'm not against organic traffic methods, but I'm just going to give you some examples of why they take so long and why you should probably avoid them in the immediate startup of your business. And as you probably know now, because you've been looking at some of these videos for some time, I do like to use analogies, so I'm going to be going down to the town in Brussels to give you two examples to match these analogies so that we can get closer to the message that I'm trying to give you. And so without further ado, I will see you down in the town shortly here in Brussels, building up to 25 blue sky, 25 degrees today, blue sky. Looks like it's going to be a good day. See you shortly down in the town, and I'll give you the two analogies and the warm-up videos. Talk soon. Hi everybody, this is Paul Langham, and welcome back to my two-stage video today, in which we're going to talk about traffic generation techniques. The first part of this video, actually, I'll be talking about why you should delay any SEO and backlinking strategy that you might be enticed to get involved in when you start your business. When you get going on the internet, for the first 3-6 months or a year, it really doesn't make any sense at all to get involved in backlinking and SEO strategies, because this is a very, very long-term strategies, and you will simply lose confidence and you'll probably give up somewhere along the line, having spent a lot of money. This is one of the reasons why I propose paid traffic, because it's instantaneous and you can actually get going straight away. With SEO, you need already to be a company of a certain size to have a marketing budget and be able to spend that budget wisely, know who to go to and know who's actually going to do something for you, and be able to measure the results that they are providing you with. And as I said this morning, I like to, as you probably already know, I like to use analogies in my videos. And I'm actually speaking to you today from an area which is a type of government area where there's some very, very nice buildings you can probably see behind me. And what I want to do is actually compare the guys that go towards the SEO strategies in terms of buildings. These buildings behind me are all completely finished, and of course when you start to build yourself an SEO strategy, the reason why I said you need a good budget for that is because it's a very long-term strategy, and you actually have to take things down to ground zero, if you like, and you have to start building your strategy, building your backlinks at a measured tempo. This takes a long, long time. What I'm going to do is actually, I'm just going to start walking now. We're going to swing round in a minute. I'm just going to show you the buildings over here. You can see the other government buildings here, which are very, very nice. And what I'm going to do actually is I'm going to just swing round. I'm going to go down here and have a look at what happens when you want to start building your SEO or backlinking strategy, and where you actually have to start from, and give you an example. In fact, I'm going to turn this around now. You can see where I'm going. There is a huge, literally huge building site here, and this could be your SEO or backlinking strategy for your website. This looks like something out of East Berlin or something when the wall came down. This is a massive building site, and I happen to know it's actually one of the major banks here who are rebuilding some type of, not even a headquarters, but they're building some large buildings for their guys. And the point I want to make is that these guys, these banks, actually have the money to invest in a long-term strategy. They can invest in all of this, and it doesn't really touch their profits from their other ventures. So they're able to do this. See this truck going down here now? They're able to do this type of thing over the long term, and it will reap them benefit in the end. Now when you're starting out, you simply don't have the time or the money or the patience to do this type of ground up building in order to get your SEO and your backlinking strategies and free traffic, which is the words we're looking at, free traffic coming towards your website. This is why I will repeat and repeat and repeat again that when you are starting off, you simply need to go the paid traffic way. By all means, after 6 months, when you have some income coming in, 3 or 6 months, depending on how good you are, you have some income coming in, do then perhaps put a portion of that income towards the organic search, you know, where you're going to rank videos, you're going to rank articles, you're going to rank videos, you're going to rank articles and videos, you're going to rank blog posts to try and get up on the SERPs ranking, so you can get effectively free traffic. But before that, I'm going to swing around again so I can get a picture now. Before that, if you do it before that, all you're going to end up with is this huge building site that you've got down here below, which is going to suck you dry in terms of money, and you're not going to get anything for it. As I said, the bank that is actually building, that are going to be putting their headquarters or their annexes down here, they, in fact, it's a different story actually, but they've actually just been fined $9 billion by the American government for what they were doing during the crisis. But they can still take that, swallow that, and get on with what they're doing behind. And this does not cause them any problem whatsoever. You, as a young and fragile internet marketer starting your business, you need to get income coming in. You can't possibly do the type of thing they're doing behind. So don't invest in the beginning in SEO and backlinking strategies. Go the paid route. Free traffic is great when you can get it. You need to put a little bit of budget towards that when you've got some income coming in, because long term, if you do it properly, it can pay, but it's the very, very long term. And as you can see, these guys behind are in the long term. They're talking 20, 30, 40 years what they're doing here. Long term strategy. So that's basically the message. Stay with the free traffic and get involved in the organic and the search somewhat later on when you've got some income coming in. Okay, so that was the first part of today's video, where I was basically giving you an idea, giving you the analogy of this building site and what you have to go through in order to create your backlinking strategies. I'm now going to go off to another area of the town where I'm going to actually give you the analogy. I'm going to give you an analogy with regard to not spending too much on your website and having some money left over to pay for your paid traffic strategy. So I'll see you in a couple of minutes. Okay, so Paul Langham here again, and I'm bringing you now the second part of the video, in which I promised to talk about why you should be very careful about how much you spend on the initial setup of your website and ensure that you do actually have some money left over to create your paid traffic campaigns. Now, the analogy I'm going to use today is actually, again, funnily enough, with a bank. There are quite a lot of banks over here, and the specific analogy I want to use is actually to give you the example of the particular bank that I'm talking about. I won't give you the precise name. They got a little bit too big for their own good, and they spent a huge amount of money building the equivalent of what we would call our website, i.e. their business, their head office. And in order to get that money back and to make profit and to pay everybody who works in this head office, they needed to start taking some undue risks with their money and other people's money. And they were part of the people that caused the financial crisis because of those undue risks, and I think we all know some more details about that type of thing. What they actually did was, and I'm going to swing around now, is they actually built this thing here, which is there, you can see that up. This is their very, very nice headquarters. They got a little bit too greedy, and you can probably see it in the background now. What actually happened was they had no money left over to run their daily business, so they started to take risks. Now the analogy is this: don't spend too much money on setting up a website, because as long as the website has the correct content, it functions, it's relatively fast to load, it needs to be fast to load, it needs to look 2014, but a couple $100, $200-300 is enough to get yourself going. There's no way that anybody needs to spend in this day and age $2,000 or $3,000 in order to create a website. If anybody's quoting you those type of figures, you just need to move on to the next guy. If you've got $2,000 or $3,000 to start your business, put the balance, the $1,700, on an account somewhere and start to look at building your paid traffic campaigns. If you don't watch your money, you will end up in the same problem that these guys behind me have ended up in, and they are so badly indebted that in fact they were the one bank that's been recently excluded from what they call the stress tests, that these guys going around testing to see whether the banks are okay and we're not going to have what we had previously. And in fact these guys were excluded from this test because they're so badly indebted that by any normal accounting rules they would already be bankrupt. Okay, that's enough on the banking, but I wanted to make the analogy that you need to leave that money over, put some money aside for your paid traffic campaigns. Don't spend too much on setting up the infrastructure for your actual business. Get the content up there, write that yourself, start blogging, get some good content up there, start looking at affiliate products, start thinking about what it is you want to promote. You can see a lot of those things on my site. If you go to my site, I'm telling you which products you need to actually promote as someone entering the business. Put the rest of the money on the side, use that for your paid traffic campaigns, test, split test your squeeze pages, and for God's sake don't end up like these guys here. Brilliant building, but so indebted they can't even afford to run the thing. And that's the end of today's message. Hope you enjoyed it. I'll be back tomorrow with some more traffic generation ideas and tips for you, and speak to you shortly.